What's good, everybody? AB Media 83 here, and today we're talking about accountability. Now, let's not get twisted. We are still having a Coliseum later on tonight. But I wanted to get this episode out before we did the Coliseum. And today, we're talking, as I said, we're talking about accountability. Now, you might ask, what do you mean by accountability? Well, as the title says, accountability, BGS is right. Um, Too bad I don't have any sound effects. We're going to be talking about some stuff uh, black women have been doing recently. Dun dun dun. Yeah, the trackers will get over it. But yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about. There was a podcast. I can't think of the name of the podcast, but there's this single mother that got on there that has 7 children, and she wanted to know what she could do to find a suitable mate, despite the fact that she's 33 and has 7 children. And one of the ladies on that podcast rightfully told her, you might want to go back and work it out with your husband because you ain't got much to offer with when you're 30 plus and you have 7 children. Not too many men are going to take that on, whether you like it or not. So that's been making the rounds, and one of the people that picked it up was oh, how can I say this? One of the people that picked it up was how can I say this? Was Doctor Moist Watkins, and Doctor Moist Watkins started running his giblets talking about how we're not real men, yada yada yada, because we wouldn't take a woman like that. Hey, what's going on, Andre? And hence why I have this picture up here. As you can see, that is Dr. Moist Watkins, or excuse me, Dr. Boyce Watkins, proposing to and his his so-called wife. And all I want you to do is look at the body language. Oh, by the way, in the second picture that is on the right, that is Willie D that she's looking at. Just look at her body language. This is the guy talking about you ain't a real man if you don't take a heaven that got 7 children. This is the dude talking about that. Take a look at what his take a look at the body language of his so-called wife. Yep, that's Doctor Moist Watkins. Want to hate on black men because because we don't want to take a 33-year-old with 7 children. Now, let me be clear. I have seen older women who've already had children get married. It is possible. The problem of a lot of these 33-year-olds have now is they're not looking in the right section. It is possible for an older woman to get married. No one's saying that the older women can't get married. The problem is a lot of them don't want to, don't want to settle. They think they can get a so-called high value man at half off, even when they're 33, 39 years old, like they're still 20, like they're still 20 or in their 20s, and that just ain't happening. It isn't. But yeah, Dr. Moist Watkins decided to run his mouth talking about you ain't a real man if you don't take on a woman with kids. But mm, there's a reason I call him Dr. Moist Watkins. But yeah, I don't really need to say. You know what? I don't really need to say anything about Dr. Moyes. I think the picture speaks for itself. But now, unfortunately, we gotta get a little serious for a minute. Unfortunately, we have another Shanquilla Robertson type story. If you don't know who this late young lady is, Shanquilla Robertson went on a trip, I believe it was to Mexico, with her so-called friends, and unfortunately, her so-called friends unalived her, and left her in Mexico. Her family had to pay thousands of dollars just to get her body back. Now, I heard there have been some arrests in that case, but I haven't heard anything since. And I'm not going to forget about this case. This case happened about a couple years ago, and I pray that I pray that everybody involved gets arrested and charged and thrown in jail. Unfortunately, they can't charge them in the United States because it happened in Mexico. But as I said, unfortunately, we may have a case worse than that, and which is why I'm about to introduce. This is Mahogany Jackson. This young lady, unfortunately, was a single mother. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, famous Dave? This young lady, unfortunately, was a single mother. Notice I said was. She was 20 years old. A bunch of dumb black male and females kidnapped this young woman. They unfortunately stripped her naked and beat the crap out of her on camera. Yeah, no, that's what I'm getting to. It has also been reported that unfortunately they took her to another location and they SA'd this young woman at gunpoint. They then proceeded to shoot this young woman in the head, and she is deceased. And they found her body on the side of a road somewhere in Alabama. Now, as the title of the live says, we're talking about accountability. It's been reported that one of the chicks that are involved with the unaliving of Mahogany was notorious for setting people up. Now, I don't have the mugshot of these black males and females. Notice I didn't say black men and women. I said black males and females. But and I don't think that their pictures are important. But what happened to this poor young girl is unacceptable. And stuff like this happens because we don't hold some BWs accountable. Apparently, all this went down when she went to another young lady's out, another lady's another female's house, and they did this kind of crap to her. Her unfortunately, while this was happening, she texted her mother and sister that she's been kidnapped and all this horrific crap happened to her. Now these I think they arrested about 9 people. These 9 miserable human beings, these miserable monsters, have been arrested and are being charged with capital murder in Alabama. Quite frankly, I hope they get the death penalty because what happened to her and what happened to Shanquilla is unacceptable. Shout out to BGS. This goes to what BGS was right. This goes back to BGS talking about Clark and the I don't want to mispronounce the name, the Pythagorean theory, which pretty much hood logic, hood behavior. If it spreads, it's going to engulf the society, and unfortunately, we might hear more stories about like this. This is what happens when there's no accountability for mostly black women and some black men. Just the kind of stuff that can happen, whether we like it or not. And we need to talk about it, especially the Mahogany Jackson story, because mainstream media is not talking about this. Let me put her picture back up. Oh, come on. There we go. Mainstream media is not talking about this young lady. They wouldn't talk about her either if people like the Black Manosphere, shout out to Valdez and others, shout out to the Angry Man and others for doing the story. I report on the story too. If we didn't report on Shanquilla, it would have never got national news. And her story probably wouldn't have got national news either. So shout out to black media for reporting on this. By the way, notice it was mostly the Black Manosphere that reports on stories like this. But what do we get accused of in the Black Manosphere? Oh, we hate black women. We hate black women. We want to see black women destroyed. But nobody says anything when we call stories like this out. Nobody has nothing to say when we call stories like this out. That's all right. To all the simps that might be watching to get their feelings hurt because of this live stream I'm doing, that's all right. Keep playing around. Y'all gonna continue keep playing around and pretend black women can do no wrong. Y'all gonna continue to get mayors like this. For those of you who don't know who that is the infamous City Girl mayor everybody likes to call. I'm talking about whatever the hell I want to talk about on my channel. But and actually this kind of is talking about politics. This is the City Girl mayor, Tiffany Henyard. Now, if you don't know who Tiffany Henyard is, she is the mayor of Dalton, Illinois, and her constituents pretty much hate her. I just found out today that it's so bad, even the black church is suing this heifer. That's how much this heifer is hated in her city. But if you listen to her, oh, I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm a black woman. This right here, what you see on the screen right here, is the price you pay when you pretend black women can do no wrong. By the way, like, share, subscribe. hit the super chat, support the show, or hit the cash app. But this is the price you pay when you pretend black women can do no wrong. She now has a $7 million budget hole. And now the trustees in the town, which are black people, a mixture of black women and black men, can't get a financial report from her. She's hiding the finances from the other officials in the city. So they're trying to sue her to get these financial supports. It's so bad. The trustees of the city have called on the FBI, yes, that FBI, to investigate her. That's how bad things are getting. And I don't want to, and I'm sorry, I don't want to hear about, oh, you just going after her because she's a black woman. This wicked black female has not only attacked black men and black business owners, she has attacked multiple black women and multiple black women officials and black women business owners. So I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, I just hate black women. This heifer is a stain on black society. Heifers like this should never be allowed to be in elective office. But she's the kind of person gets elected when you pretend black women can do no wrong whatsoever. This is the kind of heifer that'll get elected. Now you can pretend that I hate black women, all that bullshit, or you could deal with the truth. The choice is up to you. We have to hold these chicks accountable, whether you like it or not. And I'm sure, you mentioned politics, Andre. I am quite sure, Butthurt Blue's going to look at this live stream. See, you only do it to a black woman. I don't give a shit. Y'all want to talk about policy and take on Republicans, but we have to get our own house in order first. So, if anybody wants to come up and talk about this, you can do so now. But we have to talk about accountability. We can't get around this anymore. And as long as I have a channel, we're gonna talk about cases like Shanquilla and Mahogany. We are not going to let black females sweep these cases under the rug. You're unaliving other black women and think nobody's supposed to notice because black women can do no wrong. This kind of crap that happened to Shanquilla and Mahogany is not okay. It's not okay. And it needs to be called out. Now, you don't have to like the fact that I'm calling this out. I really don't care. What's up? What's going on, J Rose? But this kind of crap needs to be called out. Along with I call it the strag mayors like Tiffany Henyard. Hey, what's going on, Andre?
What's good, man? Did you say that this girl got set up, or was she the setup chick?
No, she got set up.
Uh, is there any reason why she got set up? Or
Um, From what I heard, allegedly she was friends with one of the girls that set her up. She was friends with everybody that did this to her. These were her so-called friends.
Well, how did she go? Was it like what happened to Shanquilla, or was it some other form?
They kidnapped her.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds awfully personal. That doesn't sound like a random occurrence to me.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this chick here, not the Shankola thing. 'Cause that one with her friends, like I was saying, there was footage of like her friends fighting her before her deletion.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Give me a second. I got. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to take a phone call. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. This kind of stuff needs to be called out. And
Yeah.
her story has not really been reported that much by the mainstream news. So I was like, I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. Now there are other YouTubers reporting on Mahogany's story right now, but I decided I was going to take a shot at it.
Well, this is the first that I've heard of this story actually. Is like the Roger Report, he actually showed a channel. It was called like Black Girl Lost, and it's talking about deletions of black women, but it's always like, a black man did it or someone else did it. But I'm pretty sure this story never made it to that channel since it was other B dubs that committed this.
Unfortunately, this is a mixture of, like I said, black males and females that did this to her. There's about 9 of them.
Oh, that sounds like she did something personal to somebody because it doesn't sound like a random occurrence to kidnap and delete this woman.
Either way, this is heinous and unacceptable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they stripped they stripped this poor young lady naked and beat the crap out of her on camera.
Oh yeah, I forgot you also added that there was some some grape
Yeah, yeah.
involved
They
in that.
also took her to another location and essayed her. I don't want to say the word because you know how YouTube is, but
Yeah, exactly.
so, yeah, it was pretty bad. Then shot her in the head and left her on the street like a dog. I don't care what she did to you. She didn't deserve that, and she had a child too. Yeah, this kind of behavior is unacceptable, and but this is the kind of stuff that goes on in the hood all the time. But nobody says anything because there's usually a BW involved, and we can't hold them accountable for anything.
Yeah, I don't see any kind of justification for this kind of crap.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they had a video of Shanquilla getting beat up too. But yeah, yeah,
Because I actually seen AM covering that like when he was live doing it, and till
yeah.
now I haven't heard any updates on that case. I'm not
I haven't
surprised
either.
at
I,
all.
I wasn't able to find anything before the stream because I was looking. about updating about that case, but we have to talk about accountability in the black community and trust and believe. And I already know what someone going to say. You don't never hold black men accountable. Black men get held accountable all the time.
And also, another thing about the Shanquilla case, I do remember that there were people that were commenting saying that look at those black men that were there, even though the black men weren't involved in that altercation at all. Well, as far as the footage showed, the black men that were there didn't do anything, but they were getting blamed for not doing anything.
Yeah, yeah, and they should still be charged as accessories, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But
So they should have done something. They shouldn't have said the day Shanquilla. You just gonna let her beat you let her hit on you? Like no, that is not ladylike behavior. You should have stopped that crap. Plain and simple. Hey, what's going on, Snowman?
How are you, gentlemen?
Oh, I'm doing just fine.
You're usually not on this early, AB.
I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna be on later. I didn't get a chance to do this Thursday because I wanted to watch the State of the Union.
You put yourself through that? I'm sorry. Did I say that aloud? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll talk about that later.
yeah,
Today I wanted to do this stream about it's not necessarily political, but it's about accountability. Because I had to talk about a couple stories.
I've heard that. I've heard that word a few times before.
Unfortunately, I had to talk about this poor young lady's story. Her name is Mahogany Jackson. They found her on a road somewhere with a bullet in the back of her head.
What the hell?
And unfortunately, they arrested a group of black males and females are responsible for this young lady's unaliving. They beat the crap out of her on camera. They stripped her naked and beat the crap out of her on camera.
On camera. Wow.
And then they took her to another location, and I'm assuming this was on camera too.
Mm-hmm.
And they essayed her at gunpoint.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to call Charles and vent about this because I was ready to punch a hole in the wall. And
that's someone's daughter.
Yes.
No,
it's worse than that. She's somebody's mother. She's a single mother.
What?
Yes.
That's.
And then they shot her in the back of the head and threw her on a road somewhere like a piece of trash.
I'm gonna be sick.
But we're the Black manosphere, and we don't report on stories like this. We just hate black women.
Don't let me find the motherfuckers who did this.
Oh, don't worry, they've all been arrested.
Okay, good. Where did this take place?
Alabama.
Okay. And they just saw fit to just destroy this life.
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, another person labeled this story correctly. This was lynching by black folk.
That's exactly what it was.
This was a lynching by black folk, and quite frankly, I think they need to be held accountable for it. In fact, all of them need to pay the ultimate price for it. They should get the death penalty for this.
You read my mind.
This is unacceptable.
This is totally unacceptable. This is wrong. They need to pay. They need to pay.
Also,
there's more.
I reminded people about. Give me 1 second. Got to scroll down here a little bit. This story.
Has this case been solved?
I'm not sure, but if you don't remember who this is Shanquilla Robertson.
Mm-hmm.
And even after all, it's been about a couple of years because I believe the story took place in 2022.
Yeah,
I've not forgotten about this young lady. She deserves justice too.
She does, man.
And the mainstream media would not be talking about this if it wasn't for the Black Manosphere calling this shit out.
Mainstream media is afraid to call this out.
I mean, I hate to say it, but both of these scenarios sound like typical community activities.
It is, and we need to start calling this shit out.
It totally is, Andre. It totally is.
Yeah, this is typical hood. This is kind of crap that happens in the hood, but nobody wants to talk about this, and nobody wants to talk about that. BWs start this kind of shit. It's alleged that Mahogany Jackson's story started when she went over to one of her female friends' house.
Oh,
well, actually, now
and
that
one of the chicks that got arrested, one of the things I heard, one of the chicks that got arrested, that chick was notorious for setting people up like that.
Oh,
like for the Shanquella scenario, I actually remember now. Apparently, her brother or her cousin, deleted one of the women that was fighting her.
Really?
One of the women. Yeah.
Wait. Say that again. Say that again.
For the Shanquella story, apparently, Shanquella, one of her brothers or her cousins, they actually deleted one of the girls that were fighting her when in that footage. They deleted sorry, I explained this poorly. Her brother or her cousin deleted one of the women that were fighting her brother or boyfriend or some male that they're affiliated with.
I didn't hear about that, but wow.
Oh,
yeah, that's what AM was saying. So it was like a setup thing that happened there.
And the B-Dubs are notorious for setting people up.
Yeah, BWs are especially in the hood, notorious for just setting people up. Hence, that's why I stay away from hood. And don't deal with hood chicks.
Nor do I.
That sounds like a premeditation to me to go on a trip with someone out of the country and do all of that.
Yeah,
knowing that you're out of jurisdiction.
That's a total setup.
But yeah, that's one of the reasons I wanted to get this show out, before the Coliseum, because this needs to be talked about.
Mm-hmm. And it needs to continue
allow this crap to keep going on.
It needs to continue to be talked about until there's a solution. Until this is closed, and not with the people who did this running free either.
And I remind people, to all the simps that watch this show, pretend that black women can do no wrong. As long as you keep doing crap like this, you're gonna see more mayors like this heifer. That is Dalton Mayor.
I just ate lunch.
Oh my God.
Hey B, you always do this to me, man. You just happen to catch me while I'm eating or drinking something.
Oh wow!
At this point, eating something, and then you put a picture like this in front of me. What the hell is wrong with you? I'm kidding as I say all this, of course. What the hell is wrong with you, man?
But yeah, this is Tiffany Henyard.
You had to put this fish-eyed fool heifer in front of me. Really?
Oh yeah, she did all kind of matrix maneuvers and draws accountability. She's being investigated by the FBI, rightfully so. I just found listen to this one though, Brian. Today she's getting sued by the church.
Now, is that not an oxymoronic statement or what?
Well, I got a word for you.
She's getting sued by a church because she's not. She didn't permit them new land or something.
She didn't what?
She didn't permit them new land.
Oh God.
I got a worse one for you. I mentioned this in the chat. Apparently they opened an investigation into her, and she actually vetoed her own investigation.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. Yeah. She vetoed her own investigation.
Telephone. Stop. Penalty flag on the field. Technical foul. Hold on a minute. I gotta invoke Al Michaels, even though this is supposedly a woman in front of me. Where is Al
No,
Michaels?
nope. I'm not gonna let you do that, Brian. She's not a woman. She's a female.
Even though this
That's
is
a
a female in front,
female.
okay. Even though this is a female in front of me, and thank you for the correction, I gotta invoke Al Michaels.
He did what?
And unfortunately, I have to take an L on this one because she's a millennial in my age bracket.
God damn!
Yeah, this apparently she has a dubious past. She has multiple failed businesses. She was arrested for breaking into cars, and they elected this heifer mayor of Dalton.
As
And
in
now
Dalton,
they have
as in Dalton, Illinois.
yep. And now she's Robert Dalton blind. They have a $7 million budget hole, and
Let
it gets worse. She won't give the trustees the financial reports. She's hiding the financial reports right now.
Again,
Actually,
as in Dalton, Illinois,
Yes,
the
Yeah.
south suburb of my hometown.
yes.
well, did you hear that? Apparently, because of like unpaid loans,
Yeah,
they were actually gonna repo like I think it was like 6 police cruisers.
yes,
Which
yes.
I never heard
That's not misinformation. They're repoing police cars in
In
Dalton, Illinois, because of this woman.
Mm.
And people are obviously concerned because they're like, if they're gonna
Mm.
repo those police cars, that means that like
Damn it.
you know that,
Apparently, she took a $600,000 trip to Las Vegas.
and apparently it was,
What?
well,
$600,000
apparently,
trip to Las Vegas.
yeah, and apparently when she was supposed to make the payment for it's not just police cars, it's also like other government vehicles and stuff like that. But apparently when she was supposed to make the when she was supposed to make the payment for that, she took a trip at the time and spent like I think it was like I can't remember if it was like 15 or something thousand or 150. Either way, it was like she was
Yeah,
she was
it's
taking
something
a trip rather than
absurd.
making the payment.
I don't
Yeah.
know if it was 600,000, but it was something absurd. It was in the thousands. It's either 60,000. It was up there. It was up there. Something absurd on taxpayer dime. Yeah, this is the same woman. Wait a minute now. This is the same woman that wrote that. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that's right. I do have his picture. Now, give me just a
Oh
second.
no. Oh no. Oh no. Reminder, AB, I just ate lunch.
This is the same woman. This is the same female.
No.
This clown.
Oh God.
This clown, Roly Poly, gave a SIP interview to.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Leave that. I don't believe I'm asking you to leave this picture up, but leave that picture up so I can play this.
Actually, play for both, but you know.
That's why I said leave that up.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, a lot of black coons like him are lucky my computer's down because I was making a whole bunch of more clown faces.
Like AB, this is a
Which
little bit
reminds me,
unrelated.
hit the Cash App, or the Super Chat, and support the show. Like, share, subscribe. Go ahead, Andre.
please support
Yeah, I
the
was
show.
gonna say like this is like a little bit unrelated to the current topic, but like last night ran rather long, but I think it was necessary like just to hear like both
Oh yeah,
like the
we'll get to
arguments
that
being
later. We'll get that during the Coliseum.
What we'll get to what? What did I miss?
Uh,
oh,
yeah, we had a big
My wife
we had
has
a
been
big debate.
my,
We had
my
a
wife
big
has been
debate.
my wife's been dealing with an illness for most of this week, so I'm just catching up with everything. What happened?
well,
We had a
Art
big
did like
debate last night on Art New Stalls with Mike V and Nagone.
What happened? I didn't hear it clearly. I'm sorry.
We had
It
a
was a
big we had a
9-hour
debate last night between Art New Stalls with Mike and Nagone.
Yeah, it was like a 9-hour live stream, and he typically doesn't go over 6. So yeah, you already know that it was
Did
Did
necessary.
BGS come up after I left?
Yeah, he came up.
Okay.
I'm afraid to ask. I'm going to regret asking, but I
Yeah.
have to ask. What was the subject of this debate?
I'm not sure what the initial topics were, but it got into the political realm, and that's why it
Um,
went on for longer. And even Salty Balls came up too. And
yeah.
Salt
Salty
came
Balls,
up last night. I missed all this
Oh,
fun.
Salty and Salty Balls came up last night.
yeah, and they were cooking.
Salty and Salty came up last night. I missed all
Whoa.
the fun.
Yeah.
AB, I didn't realize you weren't there. You know what the funny thing was? Because I was asking Mike and well, mainly Mike, but it was Mike and Nagone basically. I was asking him questions, and I was like, I'm just gonna drop down so Salty can come up. But as soon as I dropped down and Salty came up, they both left.
No, I think Nagone stayed for a little bit, but
Yeah, he
Mike
stayed
left.
for a little bit, but he left like minutes after Salty came up.
Damn.
Oh well.
Just
And I was
damn.
like, Salty, like, what kind of rep do you
Don't
have?
worry. I'm sure we'll get a response stream sometime in the next few days. Whatever.
Oh,
But
I
anyway,
know we will. I'm sorry I missed all the fun, but I'm glad I missed all the foolishness. I
yeah.
crashed her tonight.
Hope Jody's feeling better.
She is. She is. She and Sonya just got back from the store, and she put all the groceries away. So
Yeah, I didn't want to necessarily focus on that. All the politics and stuff because these two stories, some of these stories need to be told.
bonus story.
I wouldn't
Lebalco.
want to bonus story. It's
Thank you,
what
Tor.
about?
Let's see, who is that? Thank you,
Titan blooded.
Titan Blood. Okay.
Titan blooded.
Thank you for the super chat. But this is the kind of stuff that needs to be talked about.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Much like give me a second.
Oh no.
Much like Saint Priscilla,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not gonna let Mahogany story get swept under the rug.
You better not. Both
They
of
tried,
these.
they try. Remember, they tried to sweep Swanquilla's story under the rug because black women were involved, but we didn't let it happen.
You want to know something crazy? They tried sweeping that story under the rug 3 separate times.
Well,
Yes.
at this point, I would say it's past. They tried to, like, they actually did because, like, both me and you said, like, as far as we know, there's no action has been taken since.
True. Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. Hey Dre, how's life north of the border, my man? How you doing today?
No, pretty good. I woke up late because that stream ran long last night, but about to go catch a movie.
What time did y'all get done last night?
It was
9
9
hours.
hours.
Probably around 4 or 5, probably.
Oh, I was out cold.
9 hours. It starts about like 8 o'clock my time, so that's what 12. Like about like 5 a.m. It went
Good
through my time.
grief.
Yep. Sometimes art can do that. Sometimes art can go like that.
Good
My max
grief.
is actually 6 hours.
Mm.
I went 6
Yeah,
hours one night on the Coliseum.
6 hours is my longest, and that's when I did the Super Bowl.
Well, I think it was actually a worthwhile stream because, everybody was getting annoyed. Like, Art was getting annoyed. Salty was getting annoyed. Salty was getting annoyed. And those are the guys that I never see, like, break.
Really?
break
Right.
character. So,
Well, they did then, right? Oh God.
You missed Black Uru too. The other
Black Guru was up there too.
Oh, Black Guru came up too? Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
and the elder and see I tried to warn him, DC and others. I tried to warn them about immigration in Chicago. I'm like, look, guys, I tried to warn them, and sure enough, Black Uru from Chicago pointed out how immigration is a big problem there.
It's been a big problem there, but it's gotten worse.
And they didn't want to listen. They didn't want to listen to Black Uru. And I told Black Uru, I tried to warn them. I tried to warn them. I try to warn them, like, look, this is not the normal immigration,
No,
typical
it's not.
immigration argument. This has become a national problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't mention this last night. We just found out that the Biden administration has flown over 300,000 in just this year.
Yeah.
Instant votes.
Well, that's what's funny too, because like when I was like talking, the Nagon guy was telling me, "Oh, you live in Canada, so you don't know what you're talking about." So I was like, "Okay, let me step
Yeah,
down so Salty can come up."
he's an arrogant asshole.
Like that's the same tactic that Mr. Top Hat uses, and like
I'll say
those.
it to his face. He's an arrogant asshole, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like basically they're saying that kind of shit to discredit what I'm saying, and that's fine. That's why I was like, okay, let me let Salty get up here because he's more qualified to speak than I am. But when he gets up, like you guys want to leave, right?
Yeah.
So I found that
Man,
interesting.
it's 300,000 people flown in, huh? Can we say instant vote?
320,000. 320,000. Like Elon Musk actually posted this on X, an article talking about 320,000 people. Then they're flying them in, and like that number, and that number is not included in the actual records of the amount of like migrants.
But if you listen to Micah Company, you know it's all the Republican governors that are flying them into these cities.
I can't remember the name. Yeah, exactly. That's what they also said. They're like, oh, like look at all the people that Trump brought in. Like, I remember that argument from like a month or two ago they were bringing to you. But
can you say instant votes?
Yeah, exactly. And like apparently they have an app where like they answer some questions on the app to like speed up the process of them immigrating into the country.
Yeah.
No, not surprised.
And that 320,000 plus, because I'm assuming it's more than that. Like it's actually it's not recorded amongst the official numbers.
But no, according to Mike, they're refugees. They're not illegal immigrants. They're refugees, and they deserve asylum. Translation: what he's basically saying is they deserve to take resources away from the communities that they're putting them in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, according to the politicians, they're calling them non-citizens. They said
non-citizens.
They said that it's harmful to call them illegal aliens or migrants.
So they're willing to take. So they're willing to take care of them. Yet you got folks like AB and myself that are suffering with illnesses, and we're trying to fight them and beat them, and they won't take care of us.
Pretty much. Don't get me started. California just is trying to pass a law where they can give them home loans.
Get out of here!
Oh no, it gets better. They're getting the kind of mortgages where they don't have to pay rent.
They don't have to pay rent, and it's interest free.
Yes, it's free. They're giving them interest free home mortgages. Now, my question is very simple. You keep doing shit like this. I don't like talking about this. I talk about this with BTS behind the wall. I'm worried about the pitchforks coming out. That's the kind of shit that'll make how long has America been paying interest on their homes?
Yes.
And you're gonna have a bunch of illegals come here and not pay interest on their homes. Are you that desperate for do you want the pitchforks to come out?
Oh, the pitchforks are out.
Right. I actually had this like when I was first seeing this stuff, I actually had this conversation and like it was on that channel I spoke to you about AB and over there I was just like, it's mostly like white boys over there, and I was just like, yeah, I should cross the border myself, get my 10,000 and go vote for Trump. And like the white boys are like, yeah, that's actually a good idea. Just come down to Arizona, go vote over there. Because I may be incorrect, but like I was told that apparently they can vote there without documentation, like whether the law is passed now or it's in the works. But that's being
I still don't know about that, but we'll see.
That's crazy. But there was actually like that one I can't like actually confirm, but there was that actual footage of Obama talking about like for the illegals like to not be scared to vote and they won't get deported if they vote. Like he literally there's a video of that I'll try to find the timestamp of that, but like there's actually footage of him saying that in real time.
I can believe it.
Yeah, same here.
And that's where I was told that I didn't know what I'm talking about because I don't live in the country.
Of course.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, whatever. Let someone else speak who knows.
Of course, you're going to be told you don't know what you're talking. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, regarding last night, real quick. Now do you understand why I call him Butthurt Blue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. That's
Well,
nuts.
But I know their strategy is that they think they can shame somebody into believing in what they believe in, and that's just not happening.
Mm-hmm.
well, it's a lot of disinformation going on, and according to them, like I like to say, like I like to quote what they actually said, or one
And
of them
I
specifically
do
said.
need to state this for the record. I did watch the State of the Union, but I also have to point out that the Republican response was hot garbage. They picked
Well,
what's that chick's name? Lauren Boebert to do response, and it was hot garbage.
what was the
Also,
response?
well, no, Trump is a criminal. I'll take that back. Lauren Boebert is a how can I say this? Lauren Boebert is trailer trash.
What was their response, AB? I never heard it either from either side.
It was and some
You would happen to try to make me laugh while I'm taking a sip of water, you bastard.
no, she's
Make me laugh with a very true statement while I'm taking a sip of water, you son of a bitch.
no. I'm not missing my words either.
I know you're not. That's why I'm picking it.
Those you think I'm a peer, I think I never criticize Republicans. Lauren Boebert is trailer trash. Her son just got arrested for
and they still think you criticize, and they still think you only criticize
Democrats.
People still think you just criticize Democrats. People still think that's stupid. That stupidity.
Yeah,
What?
that's what they think. But Lauren Boebert's son just got arrested for racketeering and some other charges for stealing people's stuff. And Lauren Boebert has been arrested multiple times for assault herself.
AB, can you summarize what happened on both sides in the State of the Union address?
Oh, Joe Biden came out, was actually a little bit more coherent than I thought. Pretty much said that he's going to continue to
asshole.
pretty much said he was going to continue to waste money in Ukraine.
I love you for that, but I love you for that, but you an asshole.
Trump's bad.
Yeah.
January 6th is bad. What else did he say? I might do something about immigration.
Might do something.
Might.
The economy's great, and
not that.
And, I might do something about the genocide in the Gaza Strip.
He said, "Mike, oh my gosh!"
And of course, Lauren. Here's one of the reasons. Lauren Boebert's response was kind of whiny. It's like a whiny rant. Joe Biden's bad. Blah blah blah. We care about we care about a certain abortion rights, and it was real like a whiny suburban mom's response.
Actually,
stop it. Stop
like,
it.
like I actually what Titans spoke about in the chat, I actually was asking them about that, and yeah, they didn't really have much of a response. They just talked about like what's the upside for Black people supporting this immigration policy. There is none, because they actually Mike actually said he was like he said Donald Trump had 4 years in office, and what did he do specifically for Black people? And like
the First Step Act, but that's just one thing.
Well, and then I was like, what did Biden do specifically for Black people? And he's like, the CHIPS Act, and the conversation was
yeah. Let's talk about that for a minute. I didn't want to really get into this, but let's talk about that.
Can I answer that? Nothing.
Yeah. The CHIPS Act is actually supposed to benefit everybody in the country.
That's a
CHIPS
lot.
Act is basically no. Seriously, that CHIPS Act.
Yeah.
The CHIPS Act is one of the better things Biden has passed because the
Okay.
CHIPS Act pretty much allows us to catch up with China when it comes to technology. That was the real main purpose of the CHIPS Act. So
Mhm.
it's meant to benefit everybody in the country.
Okay. Okay. I
China,
retract.
China's way ahead of us. They've been on 5G. They're now working on the sixth generation, and they might be ahead of that.
Mhm.
They're
Okay.
working on 6G over in China, while we're barely upgrading to 5G now.
I retract. I will respectfully retract what I said.
So
Good.
he's not wrong to say that the CHIPS Act, and it was bipartisan. The CHIPS Act is one of the better things Biden has passed, and he was insinuating that Trump wouldn't pass anything like this, and he might try to mess with the CHIPS Act. And I'm like, Trump's not dumb enough to mess with the CHIPS Act. Trump is not gonna mess with something that gives us a slight edge with China.
An
He's
edge.
not going
Yes.
to do it. That's not going to happen. Now he said he wasn't saying that, but that's what it came off as. I'm like, he's not. But
Well, like the thing that was spoken about, I'm not sure if they were speaking specifically about just black people or just people in general, but somebody mentioned during the conversation that actually only affects like about 1% of the population. So it's nice that it's happening, but like it's not creating as much of an impact as you're making it out to be.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but I'm not trying to discredit Biden. That was an important act that passed because they we need to if you want to compete with China, you have to keep your technology up.
Technology has got to be up to date.
Well, actually,
One of the
AJ,
wait a minute, let me finish. One of the big arguments we got into yesterday was we was trying to tell Mike that if you want to compete with the rest of the world, you have to start early. You have to start when they're in kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
You have to start teaching this kind of stuff when they're kindergarten. It'd be easier for them to compete with the now. If somebody wants to start in technology later, that's fine. But if you really want to compete, it's best for you to start early. That's what other countries are doing.
well, like that was the argument that Mike was making, that he was saying that like talking about starting kids from in the cradle, and that wasn't the actual argument that was made. Like I think Salchi or amongst other people were saying that just that you have to start them young or at an early
Oh, I'm
age.
sorry. That was Katie. That was Katie. What does that say? Callan and Britt that who gave they all look the same to me. I'm sorry. I thought it was more Bo, but actually that makes me feel a little bit better. It still sucks, but that makes me feel a little bit better because I'm like, why would they put that heifer up there?
You ain't got no sense.
But Titan
Wait a minute.
Bull are correcting me. I'm sorry. They all look some of them all they're both brunettes. They look the same to me after a while.
Yeah, but basically the argument that like that's the thing that I noticed with like not necessarily just like him and their ilk, but like people that usually have dissenting opinions, they like to make disingenuous arguments, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the argument is like, oh, you have to start kids from in the cradle. You don't have to do that. But I'm just like, nobody said that. Like young and in the cradle are two different things. You do realize that, right?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna argue like you're making a straw man arguing a point that doesn't make any sense. Like nobody actually said that.
The stupidity of some people. I got to
It's not
split.
stupidity. It's like I would call it intelligence because like they're diverting the conversation to some other shit, and
it
takes away from what's actually being discussed.
You're right. You're right. I'm gonna go ahead and step out of the way. I'll be on Coliseum later. I got to go check on a beautiful lady.
All right. Have a good one. Let's see where we at. I'm about an hour. That's good. I'm about to shut down and do some other stuff.
Okay.
I
will see y'all. I will see y'all tonight.
Thank y'all for coming up. This is AB Media 83. And if I can find it, here it is. I'm out. Peace. Yo, this is AB Media 83. Want to support the channel? Hit the Cash App. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video. Also, be sure to hit that bell notification so you can be notified the next time I upload a live stream or video. And always remember, keep it grinding, keep it pushing, keep it moving. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace.